Hey friends, my name's Melody and this is another THTGB video. Welcome, we're glad that you made it here, and if you like what you see in this video, I'd love for you to leave a like down below. Feel free to subscribe, leave us a comment, whatever you'd like, and feel free to check us out over on our other platforms. We stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and the link for that is down in the description below. We have TikTok, Discord, all that fun jazz, so be sure to check it out. In case you're new here, I am not your usual gamer. I'm still quite new to it, or at least I feel like I am. I'm still getting into things, and I have a very specific type of game that I enjoy, and that tends to be games where there is a set schedule. Games like The Sims or Animal Crossing, where you have a character that you control who wakes up in the morning, does some things, maybe goes to work, does some other things, has some hobbies, goes to bed, set schedule. That's just what I love. I love basically games for children. In the world of MMOs, I'm still quite new. I've played quite a few of them, like WoW, I've played Terra, Aura Kingdom, Guild Wars, a lot of Guild Wars. The games that I tend to like have been Guild Wars 2 and BDO. And I think that's because even though there is a vast world that you're able to explore, they have very good storylines. You can choose to do stories or you can choose to do other things. It's whatever you want. So a series that we decided that we wanted to create here on the channel was basically playing games that we're not particularly fond of. And for me, that's a lot of games. I actually picked this first game and it is New World. It's still, a pretty new game. I was not excited to try it at all. I watched the guys play it because they seemed to really enjoy it. At least at first, they really seemed to enjoy it, and it just wasn't something that I could watch and feel like I could actually get into. Today, we'll be looking at my time that I spent playing and kind of just talking about it as a fairly new gamer coming out into the world of MMOs and kind of just like my first impressions of it. I played for about 2.5 hours and yeah, spoiler, I was a little unimpressed. In case you haven't played New World before, it is a game that you do have to purchase. I just ended up using my husband's computer and played from his account basically. And the first issue that I had was trying to figure out which world I was supposed to play in. And when I looked at his character, it was showing that he was playing in Balnibarbi, and then for the love of, I could not find Balnibarbi, like, to save my life. It didn't show up at first. I literally had to go to like the view worlds page just to be able to find it. No, that doesn't, that's not it. Oh no. Balnibarbi. Why isn't there a search option? Also, where the heck is Balnibarbi? Is that a place in the game? Is that like a location, or is that the world? Because I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Oh no. This is already way more complicated than I thought it was gonna be. This is dumb. Honestly, in my opinion, why can you only have one character per world set? And I feel like it could have been specified a little bit better than it was, because when I went to create character, Balnibarbi wasn't even listed. There's no way to search for it. It was just frustrating and dumb. Like, I didn't even want to start at this point. But anyway, since I wasn't able to create a character in Balnibarbi, I had to just create a character in a different region, which sucks because if I wanted to play with the other house members, they'd all have to create separate characters in a separate world just to play with me. But even then, they wouldn't be able to play with me, and that's a whole nother issue that we'll cover a little later on. After this, though, I experienced one of the many cutscenes that I was going to see in my 2.5 hours of playing. I have to say, I loved the artwork that they had going on in the cutscene, and I love that they did kind of give you a bit of a story as to what was going on instead of immediately throwing you in and you having no idea as to what's happening, because there are MMOs that do that, definitely, for sure, and I hate it. But even with all that, I realized I was missing something, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Wait, was I supposed to create a character, or does it automatically just give you one? Is there character creation in this game? super don't like looking like that old guy. Am I that old guy? Who am I? I didn't get to write a name or anything. Does everyone just look the same in the game? Oh, is that me? Oh, okay. We do. I was getting worried then. Okay. I am a female. That was creepy. Honestly, the only thing scarier than that cutscene was character creation. What is that? Why are her eyes so space aquatic? Have they ever looked at a female before? Oh, I am pale. Yeah, I'm as pale as they come. Hairstyle. Okay, so we have... That kind of looks cute. Oh god, no. No, not that one. Oh, that's kind of cute, but it doesn't match the face. You're all of these so bad. They look so terrible. What woman wears this hair? It looks so bad. Oh god. Okay. Okay. I have to be considerate. This is women's hairstyle, right? Or is this just hairstyle in general? It doesn't matter. I'm sorry, I think I'm going with the buns. I wish they had more faces. Because none of them look like young adults. Honestly, none of them look like humans. I've never once seen a human that looks like that. Oh god, they're all so bad. They want a tattoo? Honestly, I'm gonna say no. I'm good. Like, this looks like a tramp stamp, not something that you put on your face. Seriously, have they ever looked at a woman before? Anyways, back to cutscene hell. Hi, look. Oh. I wasn't expecting my voice to sound like that. Then again, there wasn't voice options. Oh god. This is an amazing cutscene. Like, where are the characters? Oh. Oh! I'm first in queue. I feel like that's pretty amazing, because I've heard the queue could be terrible in this. First in the queue. That's insane. Okay. Everybody, let me know, what is the worst queue that you've had? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. But I did go ahead and ask the other members of the house what their best and worst queues were, and this is what they had to say.
My shortest queue time was instant on Ball and the Barbie, and the longest queue time we had was when we tried to sign into Valhalla, which was like, I was 27,000th in line, which would have taken like 8 hours. So besides that, just like logging into Ball and the Barbie, the longest queue time was probably like 2 hours.
Ian wanted to join the server that everyone else was joining, and I believe it was Valhalla, and it was 28,000 in queue. And then an hour later, we deleted our characters and started in the current one. And now my shortest queue is instant, because I played a lot more recent than everyone else.
Shortest queue time, I think it was 750, but then I crashed when I got to 200, and then they reset it, and then I had to do 500 more. My longest was 1200, and then I realized I was on the wrong server, so I had to make a new character. Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely had it pretty good. It may have been because I played like a couple weeks after the game launched. And in case you guys were wondering, even though I was first in queue, after it went through, I was still in a loading screen or a black screen for another 3 minutes before actually truly starting the game. Oh, yay. That is. There I am. Look at me. So stoic. Oh, look, there's a person. What's over here? Is there not a map so far? Is there a map? Now on to my least favorite thing about the game, the crappy controls. Wait. L shift. Yeah, they can be changed, and there is an extensive list of controls that you're able to choose from. It's as if the creators of the game have never played an MMO. And honestly, we'll get into that a little later on, I promise. Wait, what was L shift again? I forgot. Oh, it's E to talk?
You! Come closer.
I thought we
Your
agreed
captain
that it
needs
should
you.
be, like,
There's
F
something
for
wrong.
R, not
I'm not feeling
E.
right.
Did I win? Tab for inventory? What? It's a little later on. Who on earth thought that tab should be inventory? If you're going to call it inventory, make it be the letter I. Or if you're going to make it be bag, give it the letter B. What tab? What? Why? What? The combat feels very clunky. I'm not sure if it's because I'm still fairly new. You know, maybe it's just me being inexperienced. And especially because I don't normally play with a sword and shield. That's not my drift. But after fighting one thing and walking around a little bit to try to explore, I got to my next monsters. And did I remember any of the controls for attacking? No, I did not. Luckily though, there was a list of controls on the left-hand side. They aren't there permanently. It was just for the tutorial, but it was very helpful to have it then, even though it's something that I probably should have picked up on very quickly. Look at all those weapons you can play with, and you don't have to change classes to change the weapon that you use, which is amazing, honestly. But please, for the love of all things gaming, let me pick my starting weapon. I hate melee. I hate it. I hate it so much. Normally, I start by choosing a ranged weapon, typically a wand, a staff, something like that, maybe even a bow. But once I feel safe in a game, once I feel like I know what I'm doing, that's when I'll start choosing melee weapons. I'll start getting closer and closer to the monsters until I'm at a comfortable distance. I understand that it's not to be something that you're comfortable with. It's supposed to be you just got off a boat, you landed there, you grabbed a weapon, you're like, I'm gonna hit things with this because otherwise I will die. I get that. But please, if you're going to have that many weapons, why not have the option at the beginning? It just doesn't make sense to me. And back to the beauty of New World, where we attack a less than lackluster boss in an extremely short fight that turns into a cutscene, that turns into a loading screen, that turns to another loading screen, that switches images for a full 2.5 minutes. Why? Now that we're finally in the game, we can do what I absolutely love doing and what I do best, saying, ooh, what's that? And gathering literally everything. What's that? Why do you have a circle? It's flint. Yay. I gathered my first item. Ooh, what's in this? Supply cache. I'm not like stealing from someone, am I? No, I definitely was stealing from someone. If I see something on the ground, I am picking that shit up. But unfortunately, everything just ended up being flint for quite a long time. But I did get excited over some clothes, so that's something. Ooh, I get shoes finally?
Wherever you
Hell
come
yeah.
from.
Ooh, you're gonna give me pants? Like, I already have pants with stuff. Okay, journal. So you can view it in the map. I can finally look at the map, guys. Oh, that's pretty far away, and there's a lot of things there. Okay. Ooh, the map. I was so excited to get to see the map. I had tried pressing M a number of times earlier in the game to see what the game had to offer, and I was finally able to see some advancement in the game. So places I could go, people I could see. Unfortunately, those people were not my friends, and I decided that I was going to ask my friends where they started in the game.
All right, I started out Neverfall.
I started at was First Light.
Monarch's Bluffs, and I didn't see any of my friends for about 24 hours.
That's the thing with this game. Even if you choose to start out in the same server at the exact same time as your friends, you are not guaranteed to start out in the same area as them. You can't teleport to different areas. So if you want to play with your friends, you have to play by yourself for quite a while or just be lucky. And that kind of sucks. The first quest didn't really do anything for me. Oh, I actually made a list of things that I did. Okay. Kill a bunch of drowned sailors. Check. Okay. Scout a couple of zones to find items while killing more drowned sailors. Check. Talk to the quest NPC. Check. It was definitely uneventful. And I was super ready to try something new. Anything new, honestly.
Gather some flint and wood and
Gather
make yourself
some
a skinning
flint.
knife at the fire.
So I've gathered an awful lot of flint. Yeah. The wood I'm not so sure of. Like, do I just hit it with my sword? Is that not what I do? Do I hit these? How? Gather green wood from a nearby bush. Oh, in this bush. And on to crafting. Okay, now I have to craft a flint skinning knife. There we go. Okay. Wait. Does it say, like, how long they last? Used to field dress most animals, albeit slowly. That's fine. I'll take it. Wait, does this show that did I make this yet? Oh gosh, I don't remember. I didn't make this one. In regards to crafting with the campfire, because I didn't get far enough into the game, even after 2.5 hours, to be able to craft any other way, I just have to say, I wasn't a fan. Why doesn't it tell me how many of an item I've crafted, or how many of that item I already have in my inventory? Or why is there a gather speed listed, but there isn't a durability? To see the answer to those questions, you have to consult your inventory. I didn't check that at the beginning. Honestly, that's fine. Whatever. It's just annoying. After this, the world expanded, but only by a little bit. I was able to gather meat and hide from boars, but there weren't really any other animals to harvest from. Herbs became available, but all of the bushes looked exactly the same, even though they gave off slightly different items. Like, you might have been able to get dill or saffron, but the plant looked exactly the same. Trees and boulders also became available, but honestly, like, where's the variety? I really wanted to compare this game to BDO. I wanted to so much. When you're in the beginning areas, there are so many plants that you can gather from. There's grapes you can get. You can go milk some cows if you want. You can get the beginner tools and go in a cave and gather copper, iron. Everything looks different. Even all of the trees look different. There's ash trees. There's cedar, fir. Everything looks different. Why did everything look exactly the same? On a side note, it took forever to gather with the beginner tools. It kind of felt like they were trying to get people to not really focus on gathering in the game. Once again, we were back to the same old questing, kill a bunch of drowned sailors, scout a couple zones to find some items while still killing some drowned sailors, and talking to the quest NPC. It was still very uneventful. I will say that I made plenty of comments during my time playing New World about my distaste for the NPCs. Why are they animated the way that they are? Why does their dialogue have typos? Why do they have so much faith in me when I don't even have that faith? But anyways, here's a snippet of that. Her mouth
Fear
is
some
moving
remnant may be lingering in
so
tight Swallow Cave.
so little for all of this talking. And also, she's not really facing me.
I hate to ask a newcomer, but you handle yourself well enough. Go
Girl,
take a look
I've
then.
almost died like 9
warned, though.
times, Nora.
Corruption
I
can be
wouldn't
right
count
dangerous.
on me. The next mission that Nora sent me on was a bit more fun and quite a bit more difficult. I actually had to dodge and block attacks, which was honestly kind of fun. I truly enjoyed it. Well, at least until it was time for me to leave. Literally, as I went to leave, everything respawned. I understand that this is a cave, and everybody in this region that starts out in the same area that I did has to go through this cave for their story quest. I had to kill everything a second time on my way out, and as I was walking out, another person came in, and guess what? Most of the cave was probably cleared for them. Wouldn't it have made more sense for it to just be an instanced area at that point? If that many people are going to be coming through it, make it instanced. Give us an exit, something like that makes it easier for the player so they don't have to deal with something like that. Just saying. But after my first hour and a half in the game, I finally got a staff, which was magical because that was all I wanted to play with. Anyways, I was back to Nora and hating our entire conversation. I like how they're like, you're right, we should definitely be doing something about this. They definitely need to know. Like, do you see what I'm getting at? Oh, should I take the message?
Yes.
Yes.
You've done as much as I could ask down here.
After looking at the map for a bit, I decided to take a glance at the store, and I was, how do I put it? Not impressed. Where's the store? Oh god, that's hideous. Consumables. I can get some dyes. Some emotes. Some really ugly armor skins. I think this looks the coolest. This is kind of up there. A housing decor bundle? You can buy houses in this game? Can we buy a house? That's all I want. All I want is a house and together. Well, at least there's something I can look forward to it later on in the game. On the way to the next area, I picked up a shit ton of flint. Like, a ton of it. And I did come across another NPC who, of course, had a bunch of typos in his dialogue as well. That aside, he wanted me to gather some truffles, some berries, and herbs that I was able to use later on for the side quest, which was actually much better than the main quest line, in my opinion. Why, yes, you're a saint, tickle. Oh, I thought it said tickle my sickle. Take my sickle. I gathered extra of everything just in case they'd fetch a good price over in the next area that I was running to. So I got trees, I got herbs, boar meat, wolf meat. I got them all. I even got some wolf hides. Once in the new area, I got to meet the new NPCs who I instantly hated. Like, do they only look directly at me if I'm standing directly in front of them? How hard is it to make them turn? Just a little, just the tiniest bit when I come up and I want to talk to them. How hard? Like, I feel like it can't be too bad. Pretty much all games do it. I easily got lost without a mini map or a map that actually had tags on it. I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find the storage or the trading posts. And I did find out after the fact that all you have to do is zoom in on the big map and you're able to see all those tags. So, whoops. The trading post, on the other hand, was much more complicated to use than those of other MMOs that I've played. And I messed with it for a solid 5 minutes or so, just trying to sell a couple of fish bait because I didn't even have a fishing pole yet to truly understand the bare minimum that the market had to offer. I still have no idea, honestly. I got lost a bit more trying to find the storage, but I did eventually find it. I was able to put some of my things away before I picked up some of the quests that had popped up, which luckily for me were to gather a bunch of materials. Ugh. I have to actually do stuff I enjoy. What is this shit? By this point, though, it had been 2.5 hours. I was still basically in the starting area. By this point, though, I was so tired of just the crappy storyline, the crappy quests, and the even crappier NPCs. So I decided to call it a night. I said that I'd play the next day. I have yet to have the urge to play this again, even though I do kind of want to get a house in the game. But as I said before, what is this shit? But anyways, friends, that's everything I have for you today. As a reminder, if you liked what you saw, I'd love for you to leave a like down below. Feel free to comment, and I'd love for you to subscribe to our channel. Once again, we do stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday over on Twitch from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're trying to post here more often. We have some podcasts that we released. But anyways, that's everything today, guys. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!